Yeah. Prasanna, were you asking about that question, direction? Not audible. You're not audible. So yeah, not audible still. Okay. Not audible. Let me answer the question now while you are checking your microphone. Okay. So the question last class was, which direction should I face while doing japa or puja for that matter? And the answer is any direction other than south. Okay? This is a huge science. People will say you should, for Ganesha, you should face west, and then for Rama east, and all they will keep saying. Big list will be given. Again, everything is a complicated science. So I don't mean to simplify all this. So it's because they've studied it and there is so much there. And they'll give you reasons, stories, and all might be there. It's all there. If you want to read up, do that. But what we say is south is a direction of uh, often called direction of death, like that they say in our Shastra. It's see anybody who says face this direction, that direction will agree with us that south you should not face. That much they will agree. And again, don't ask more than one person which direction to face because you'll get 2 answers, 3 answers, 4 answers. Then afterwards you say, oh my, this is what our children in America. That's why they're confused because they ask one question, father will give one answer, mother will give another answer. And I say, what is this? Is this Hinduism? They'll get confused. They're right. One answer should be there. You should do this, you should not. And then father and mother will start arguing. That's it. Gone. So, why south means this Shina? There's some stories behind this. Then, the main thing to remember is North Pole attracts. Attracts means what? I think scientifically also there is some attraction towards the North Pole. And it has a positive effect on the body. Some ions and all are there, which is oriented properly when you face north. Then, even another meaning is that when north means up, north is always up. We draw the map of any country, they will put north only up. It is not, if you do it like this, they will say, no, it's not right. You have to turn it 180 degrees. Why should you not turn it the other way? Is there somewhere written that country should be look this way, India should be this way? Why not this way? Why not Sri Lanka not there and Jammu and Kashmir here? Oh, why not like that? Because north is always up. It's a tradition. And they also say business is going north. Means what? Or business is going south. Economy is going south. It's a very harsh statement. If economy is going south, that's not a good. And so, this direction of south and north, clear about that. And in our Shastram, this north is north. Dakshinamurti is facing south. Dakshinamurti means Nityam. He's talking. He's a teacher. He's talking about this Atma, which is Avinashi. Nitya, Tattvam, he's going to talk about. And he's facing south. Why? Because he's the only guy who can face south. Because he's overcome death. Then so what? Why he should face south? Because I have to face Dakshinamurti. Face Dakshinamurti. We face God like this. No one. So I can be facing north. He's facing south, so I can face north. So north being the direction of life, direction eternality, direction of Nityatvam. So this is there in our tradition. So that tradition alone, tradition only. So final answer is what? Tradition. Because tradition only is the final answer. Because we may not be able to prove this North Pole attracts South Pole. All this thing we don't know to what extent. I need to see a research paper on that. So until I see a research paper, I can't really rely on that. Traditionally, North means up, life, prosperity, happiness. South means sorrow, death, etc., etc. So that is why we face north.
Thank you, Guruji.
Or that is why we don't face south. So east and west acceptable. And sometimes they keep the puja room, the Bhagavan in the east at home. And sometimes you may not be able to face. They keep, because east, the windows are there, whatever. Then it is best. Either way is fine. Okay, Prasanna?
Thank you. I'm not able to solve my audio problem. Thank you.
No, but I can hear you now. You seem to have
Okay. Sounds good.
Prasad.
He was facing the east. That's why he started talking in here.
Go ahead, Prasad.
Mahodaya, between karma and free will, is free will, is it not controlled by karma?
Is free will not controlled by karma? If I say yes, then we have said free will is equal to karma.
Now, first of all, answer is free will controls karma.
So the answer is no.
Okay. No, on the other way, karma controls free will.
Karma cannot control free will. That is why Bhagavan is making statements where you should do. They keep on saying you must do. See, you must do this because that the choice has to be exercised and you have to choose to do. And sometimes we don't do when something is to be done, or we do something when it should not be done. And so that free will is it's really free. It's really free. I think so. That is why if karma were to control free will 100%, then we have a serious problem. This initiative and these words and all that will, agency, these words will not be there. And even to ask the question, does karma control free will? That question itself will not arise if karma were to control free will. That's my opinion. You can check with others, okay? Check with others. If we say karma controls free will, we're eliminating free will. We don't have to. Then what is free will? I'll ask, what is free will? That's what we'll ask. What is free will?
Can I just say one more thing?
Are you saying karma has no bearing on free will?
See, we have separated karma from free will. Okay. The minute you have separated karma from free will, we are literally saying, wherever there is an influence of karma, put it under the karma bucket. Wherever there is no influence of karma, put it under the category called free will. That's what we are saying. Free will means literally where karmani eva adhikaraha te. That is called free will.
Okay.
It's called free will. It's called free will. Yes.
Okay.
One is saying adhikar hai. We have adhikar over it.
Guruji, one thing I wanted to say in this context.
Yeah.
If you keep winding back, right, when we started, when the samsara was created, there was no karma to begin with. At that time, maybe free will was the only thing that was there, and karma you started to accrue because you did something. And I mean, it started with free will, and then karma came later. Is that a good way to look at it? I mean, we have to start somewhere. How do you start with no karma? You'll start with zero, right?
Okay. Shadanadi. There are 6 anadis, right? One of the anadis, anadi means beginningless, is avidya. Avidya is beginningless. Therefore, the question we should have started with no karma itself is a wrong question. Because beginning implies a time axis. You are fixing an axis called time. And then you are saying, go to the beginning of that line. Time itself is mithya. And if you say time has a beginning, then you are giving satyatvam to mithya. There can't, to say that there is a beginning implies there is a time axis. Only if time axis is given, there can be a beginning. We are saying time itself is not given. Time is not given. Time is an entity which is superimposed on Atma. Time doesn't exist. Suppose I say time doesn't exist. How will you respond to that statement? So I say time doesn't exist, my dear friend. Where is time? Tell me, where is time? Time doesn't exist, really speaking. We have all these instruments. We have all this day and night and all. It's a make-believe that says time is there. I will even use the word make-believe for time. It is useful. The concept of time is very useful for us to do things and make a living. But that does not mean time is satyam. Think about it. It's a very important question and comment and thing to think about. As Vedantins have to think about time. And so I will go as far as and say time is make-believe. It's useful make-believe. Okay, think about it.
Anyway, coming back, we didn't complete.
And so what's pending, Haraprasad? You go ahead and ask me once again.
So, are they independent?
Correct. So we are saying keep wherever you think karma is influencing, put it under the karma bucket. Wherever there is no influence, call it free will. Wherever I have the right, I'm about to choose, that is called free will. I'm going to choose among more than one option that is there, then that is free will.
Mutually exclusive?
Huh?
Is it mutually exclusive?
I'm saying we are defining karma and free will to be like this. If you feel there is some karma that is there in the free will, put it in the karma bucket. That's what I'm saying.
Jaykumarji, even to choose the what is good, what is bad, that is influenced by your Purva Janma. If you have done something good, you will be born in such a good family, good environment. You develop the sattvic. If you have not done something good in your previous life, you are not going to born in a sattvika family. And the environment can influence what decision you are making.
Therefore, in fact, to turn around Haraprasad's question, not is karma behind the free will, is free will there behind karma? That is what we should be asking. You just said free will is what created all that karma.
It is like a catch-22. Which came first, chicken or the egg?
So free will created karma. That much is very clear. There is no karma without free will.
Yes.
That is a correct statement. There is no karma without free will. Okay? There's no karma without free will. Pakka statement it is pure statement. And it so happens that our actions have so much impact that some of the impacts carry on for a long time. And that long time carrying on is the karma aspect. And right now I'm about to do karma is free will aspect. That free will that I'm going to expend now, that will have two kinds of results. One is short-term result will be there. Another is long-term result also. Okay, if I give 50 rupees to a person who is in pain due to hunger, he has not eaten in 2 days, Drishtapalam is there, Adrishtam also is going to be there because he is going to bless me. So much Adrishtam will be there. It will add, that Adrishtam will carry me forward. The momentum is there, carry me forward. Like the ship, rudder is on and the ship is moving. To turn off the rudder, what will happen? Ship will continue to move. Continue to move. How come? Engines are off. How come it's moving? It will move. It will move because that momentum, karma momentum is there. Keep on moving. It will keep on moving for a while because huge momentum is there for the ship. Therefore, the right question might be, what free will is there behind karma? That I think is a correct state, 100% correct state.
Thank you. That makes sense.
But Guruji, can we also say that between good and bad, probably the choice is made. Maybe karma dictates. But between good and better or slightly better, maybe it's a choice that you exercise your free will and do.
No.
No,
You're
because
saying,
choosing between good and bad is quite easy, right? Everyone knows what is good, what is bad. But probably when you have to choose between in the good, what is better, there maybe you have to use your free will. Isn't it? Would that subtle level of choice which you make can be dictated by your free will?
choosing between good and bad, if you said it is easy. If it is easy and followable, there won't be all these anti-corruption movements and this and that and Swiss Bank and the Hawala and Alava and all the Halwa. This thing will not be there. It is not easy, my dear friend. It doesn't look. I'm very happy it is easy for you. Okay, let's let it stay that way, and we all want it to be easy. Correct, but it doesn't appear to be easy. Doesn't appear to be. We don't make the right choice. We means human beings. That's why we have so much problem. Everywhere problem. That's why it is.
Karma trumping over dharma.
Yeah. This is why.
But knowingly then, because dharma and adharma is common for all, right? Would it be different if somebody says this is bad? I think even the person who does that knows it's bad, right?
Not necessarily. Now the butcher, his karma is cutting the animals. But if we think that, if we say that one, that's bad karma. It's that circumstances and the person, then factors influences good karma or bad karma. What you call it good may be bad for others.
Suppose Vijay, suppose somebody lies. Does the person know that he or she is lying?
Yes.
Sure.
Sure.
No.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay. So that's an important statement, because that means the person knows what is the truth. Person knows what is to be done. Okay. But the person does not do what is to be done. Okay. But chooses not to do the right thing.
Duryodhana.
Chooses to lie. Okay. And then after a while it becomes mechanical also. Mechanical. Mechanicalness will set in. So then it appears as though without conflict, the people are doing it. Without conflict. Okay. This is happening without.
Duryodhana is in the past. Currently is Rahul Gandhi.
Duryodhana?
Rahul Gandhi is keep telling that currently everything what he believes is true, but everything is false. He said Modi is chore. He believes that one.
This is a very big topic. And so, but we will have to, we have to say, yeah. So what we say is this. Dharma, adharma is clear. What is dharma, what is adharma is clear. What's not clear is what happens to me if I don't follow dharma. What is not clear is what happens to me if I lie. Constantly lie. What happens to me? I steal money. I ask for bribe. What is wrong with that is not clear to me. If it was crystal clear to me, I will not bribe.
No, then one would.
I will not bribe. Therefore, what Swamiji says is, the right wrong, nobody has to tell you what is right and wrong. But what I lose by making the wrong choice is not clear to me. And that's what we teach our children. Values. Be honest. Everybody says be honest. But by being dishonest, I'm able to make money faster. And I know the value of money. So what's wrong in being dishonest? No, you should not be dishonest. But why? That why part is where most of us fail in telling our children. Our Vedic heritage courses are meant to teach why. Is what Vedic heritage forces. Values, amanitvam, adambitvam, and all, so many values are there. Okay. But you have to go, you have to tell why. What do I lose by lying? What do I lose by deceiving? What do I lose by cutting corners? What do I lose by cheating on my taxes? If I know that there is no chance, I will not do any of those things. That is where teaching comes. The teaching. Otherwise, it is preaching. Speak the truth. Speak the truth. Speak the truth. It is preaching. Preaching. The children won't like this. Yeah. That's the way we see it, Vijay.
Dhanyavad.
Yeah, Mahesh ji was there. I think he probably left.
No, I'm here.
Oh, there you are.
So, I know a lot of people jumped in, so I just kept quiet. So, I was about to say that when Haraprasad asked this question, that this karma is a result of our free will. In other words, especially the adrishta phala. A direct cause we may, effect we may know, we may not know the indirect or not is what is not known, not what is not apparent. That is the so-called karma. I mean, if I do something, there is an expected result, but sometimes, I mean, many times it is more than that, or may not be exactly what I expect, and that is driven by my past karma or and to answer Vijay's question, it was Vijayji's question. It will be worth, actually, last 32 years living in the US, I've been to several juries. You can easily, I mean, you can see how difficult it is to understand what is right and what is wrong. It is not. It is, initially I used to say that, I used to think that whenever there is a case by, say, police, and they are telling the truth and the other person is the victim. Very soon I realized, because many times the police people also want to finish up and close the case. And that is, it's a big learning. I know it's a big civic duty people may not like to do, but it's one can learn a lot being a juror.
There was one old English movie. It's a pretty old black and white movie. I remember about 7 guys on a jury who have to decide the fate of a guy who is accused of murder. All the 6 of them say that it is a clear-cut, open and shut case, but one guy has a doubt. The whole movie is about this guy talking and identifying those things, and finally the jury gets convinced. All the 7 of them say this fellow did not kill. So it's not a straightforward, open and shut case. What is true and what is not.
True. That's why the jury system and the court systems are should be applauded, because they take the time to. If you have the right people there, then nothing like it.
But unfortunately, it is being undermined now. Recently, there have been cases. In fact, as we speak, there is a case going on in Texas where the person who murdered is planned to be pardoned by the governor of Texas.
Yeah. So
Convicted person. So all those things are there. So
yeah.
But
So
the jury
that's fine.
system is good. People take it very seriously. I've been to several juries with several people, different background. They are very, very honest to they take, they put a lot of pain, just like we say in India that 100 criminals can escape, but no innocent person should be convicted. That is the Indian Penal Code, the fundamental things. Similarly, a lot of people feel here. When the jury selection comes, I know I've been to cases where the drunken driving, one lady said, yes, my son was killed in drunken driving, but I will not let that influence my jury duty. So
Right. Good, good. So, Vaidya, go ahead.
And Jaikumar ji, you were saying about if it was easy to choose between right and wrong, even though we know what is right and wrong. And I guess the point is our ragadveshas, if they're too powerful, it will make us choose the wrong thing, right? Correct. So that's one thing. So if the ragadveshas are very powerful, then we have to be very careful in exercising our free will to choose the right thing, right?
Right.
And then the second point I wanted to make was you mentioned the Vedic Heritage Program and also Puja Swamiji's book, Value of Values, which Puja Swamiji wrote on the values which are mentioned in Bhagavad Gita chapter 13. So the Value of Values book, which is available from Arsha Vidya Gurukulam. That's an excellent book to read, I think, because Swamiji makes a point. A value becomes a value when you realize its value for you. So telling the truth, or for example, or not doing a wrong thing becomes valuable because you realize if you don't follow that, what happens. And in one context, Swamiji said, if you don't follow Dharma, you're 3 times the loser. And he said 3 times the loser because one is the law will get hold of you. That is one in this life. And even if the law doesn't get hold of you, your conscience will get you. So it's the second time you're a loser. And then the third one is, even if you're so bad that your conscience also doesn't bother you, then the Vedic rule of karma will get you. So that's why you're 3 times a loser if you don't follow Dharma.
Correct. Very true. Right. Yeah, we'll cover that. 13th chapter is coming up shortly. So we'll have a chance to see that. Good. So we'll stop with this. It's about 8:40 here. Any other questions? Please bring it up in the next class. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Thank you.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.